Hey guys, I'm Ben from FTC team number 7236 Recharge Green. We're a fourth year team, and in this video I'm going to tell you some general tips about how to make your engineering notebook. So let's get started. Okay, so at the beginning of the FTC season, as the journalist, what you want to do is you want to have your basic format, which is just the outline of your journal. You need to break it up into sections like the introduction, the business plan, meeting documentations, design sketches, a CAD, robot construction, robot summary, and miscellaneous. That's what I use. You definitely don't have to use all of those, but I find it works very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through each of the sections, give its purpose and some general tips, and then we'll go into whole notebook tips. Okay, we're going to start with the introduction. The introduction is a way to explain and summarize who your team is and why you do what you do. Where you'll include that in the introduction is an about your team page and a what sets your team apart column or page. That just tells the judges, about your team. So, you'll also want to include a thank you page at the beginning for FTC volunteers and your team's individual sponsors. And then I like to put that first just so that they can't miss it. Then you have your about your team page, and then I go into member biographies after that to just quickly give the judges a chance to get to know everybody on your team. You can include a relationship building activities column, just tell how you encourage teamwork on your team. And then also I like to include a past accomplishments page in the journal. Basically what this is it shows the judges that in past years you've set goals and you've completed them. If you're a younger team, you can still do this, and you may not want to put your goals here since I do that in the business plan, but make sure to keep this in mind because it will show judges that you set your goals and that you intend to finish them. And then along with goals, you want to show the judges what you've learned this season. If you include a page with what you hope to learn, what you have learned, and what you still feel you need to learn this season, that really goes a long ways in telling the judges how much you prioritize learning. Now we're going to move into the meeting documentation section. The purpose of this section is to record everything that happens from the first meeting to the very last competition. Each team member writes down their plan for the night, their progress, and their struggles. And then afterwards, I write down a paragraph that tells of the details of the meeting, and then I insert a picture and a side note explaining the picture of something that happened during the meeting. The next portion of the journal is the design sketches section. You'll want to include every design that your team has drawn up during the season, and what you have to remember to do is to sign, date, and explain each drawing so that the judges know what they're looking at. The CAD part of our journal comes next. CAD stands for Computer Aided Design. We especially use CAD to plan our spacing and modular components of the robot. Right now, our teammate is still finishing up the model, and as soon as he finishes those, we'll put them in the journal. Now let's move into the robot summary. The purpose of this section is to briefly describe our robot. On the first page, I have a game scoring summary on which I labeled the scoring methods that our team has targeted this year. And then on the next page, I give details about our robot and our scoring capabilities. To finish off this section, I will take pictures of the finished robot and insert them. The last part of the journal is the miscellaneous section. Anything that is important enough to be in the journal but doesn't belong anywhere else goes here. Okay, now for some general tips. So, everybody needs to contribute to the journal. That's very important. Another thing you need to do is make sure that you have all your handwriting, your drawings and sketches, make sure they're all readable and easily understandable. They make sense. Something I would encourage teams to do is to customize their pages, like have a header and footer with your team's motto or logo or something like that, just to make it your journal. Numbering each page is pretty hard because you don't want to stay up till 2:30 in the morning before the competition, numbering every page. So I would encourage giving each section a letter, so Introduction A, Business Plan B, and so on, and then have each section have its own A1, A2, all the way to however many pages you have, and then start over with B1 and B2. Stuff like that. Makes it a lot easier. Next, you'll want to start the journal probably in the summer before the season so that you have everything ready to go the first meeting. Don't fall behind on the journal because you will never catch up. Document everything and include pictures because those help with understanding your whole journey. Anytime now. Sorry. He was like, if you have a something, it would be a defiled, you would be filing a defiled file. But it's important enough to be in the journal. It goes in the miscellaneous section. Important.